So tell us, man. Tell me a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about your story. I saw, what's really cool? Your like about me thing.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
really helpful.
Thank you, man.
I
Yeah.
texted
Yeah.
my team. I texted my team. I said, "Hey, we need to do this."
Yeah.
I was
Like
like, "Hey,
the
we
like the
need."
scroll thing?
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, we need to do this. This is awesome."
Yeah. That's super cool. Yeah. So for me, man, I'm born and raised in like a Christian household. I was homeschooled my whole life, and like I've always been like about sports. Like I started playing like baseball, basketball, golf. Like those are my jams.
Okay.
And I was homeschooled my whole life, and when I was 13, I found I was like searching online. I was like, how can a 13-year-old make money online? Because I was like, I finished my school and I have time to do stuff. And I like at 13, I was like, I know I should probably like prepare myself with skills and things for like later on. And so like I started like building businesses at a super young age, being homeschooled. So I like finished my school, and then I would be done, and I would like go door to door and sell a website or ads or something. And this is
No
like
way.
2008 or so. I'm 30 now, so it was like, yeah, so it like quite a long time ago. And so yeah, started just like building websites and learning how to code and learning how to do things that way, and always just played sports. And my dad lost his job when I was right around. Can you hear me still? Or the
Yeah, yeah.
stores?
Sorry. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're good. Then yeah, we were like going door to door trying to get my dad business for his pool service company because it was a pool guy here in Arizona, and I have two younger brothers. They're both incredible dudes doing their own thing. But we're like, our dad needs to make money so we could eat food. So we were going to door, like throwing flyers out, trying to get my dad business. And then my dad sent me to like community college at a super young age when I was 13, 14, and like I was diving into YouTube, figuring out how to build business. So I built his business and like online, and like we crushed it, and now his business is killing it. And so, and
That's
this
cool.
is that was like 2010 or so. And then 2013, I found beach volleyball and started playing, or yeah, started pursuing it. Moved to California. Like I graduated high school, and I was like, I'm out to California. I just moved out right after I graduated. Lived with a buddy in a small studio, like three of us, and like right next to the beach. Like it's just like did that for like 10 years pretty much. Played beach volleyball, traveled, got to represent the US in some like international tournaments, played in the
Really,
domestic tour, beach volleyball. And so have a lot of friends who played in the Olympics, like and
really.
just like yeah, the beach volleyball world was my jam. And then yeah, did that for a long time, and then found jujitsu about 3, 4 years ago, and then had a family about 2 years ago, have two little kids. And yeah, I wrote a couple books. It's been a wild journey. Yeah, or one book as of
So
now.
what are you doing now? What fills up your time primarily now?
My podcast, and my family, and business. Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Podcast. What is your podcast on?
I've got two podcasts. I've got one called Champion Secrets, and it's like I've had gold medalists, super high level athletes on there, and we just talk about what it takes to be a champion, like mind, body, spirit. Like we just nerd out on breath, or nerd out on like mindset, or nerd out on spirituality, or something like that,
That's cool.
on what it takes to be a champion. And then I also have Athlete Disciples, which is we just dive into a Bible study, and then dive into the Word, and then dive into their testimony and story. That's for like faith-based, kingdom-minded athletes, and I've got like 45 episodes there, and that's been super, super fun on that one.
That's awesome. So you've just always been in athletics.
Yeah, yeah, really, like yeah, homeschooled, and just like I played baseball and then volleyball and then jujitsu, and yeah, just always been yeah nerding out on being an athlete. There's nothing like it.
That's cool, man. That's
Yeah,
cool. So you
for
do
sure.
like private? Are you doing like? Are you working with athletes privately? Or you? What
Yeah,
does that look like day to day?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I have one-on-one clients and I have group clients. So yeah, for my business, it's basically helping like athletes find the skill sets of like building an offer, marketing and selling, and like becoming the
Oh,
person
oh, so you're helping
that can
like
do that.
business professionals.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Athletes who want to build like a business that makes impact and income. Yeah, that's my main business. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yep,
okay,
yeah,
okay. That makes
yep.
sense. I thought you were working more on the performance side with
Totally.
athletes.
Totally. Yeah, I can see that. I did that for a while. I did a lot of like breath work for high performers, and I did a lot of like mindset training for volleyball players and different athletes. Yeah, I did that for a while. And then I kind of transitioned into, it's kind of interesting because my story represents a lot more of like the business because I started in business versus like being an athlete. Like I don't have like, I still have the experience, but just like 5 to 10 years, not like 15 to 20, like longer, longer and more experience. So I just feel like I have more to offer there. But I still have some clients in the performance space as well. But I just don't really like, that's not my full thing.
So athletes and like CEOs, business professionals,
Totally.
the 7 athlete CEO skills every athlete must master before their career ends.
Yep. Got
What
some
is
ice.
that?
Yeah, it's just kind of like the skill sets. Yes,
Did
Cozy.
you write that? Is that
I would
something?
like to. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so. So what are you seeing? Tell me who you're dealing with primarily. The type of person avatar you're dealing with primarily.
So yeah, so I typically work with athletes who know they have something to offer, like a skill set, a story, and they want to make something of that and be able to make some impacts from that and income. So, as an example, one of my clients, Hannah, she was a swimmer, and she has incredible skill set in swimming. She was doing some swimming lessons, and she has a really interesting story of being a widow and things like that. And so she learned about like nervous system regulation, and now she teaches people like how to like rewire their nervous system and like go from her story. We thought it was going to be something in the swimming world, but it's totally something that like really gives her purpose. And she's more about like wanting purpose. Then I have another guy who's like 22 years old, 23 years old, and he worked at the YMCA, and then now he sold like a $7,500 offer to someone from his sports knowledge, like doing that. So it's just like if someone's looking to build some purpose or like some income from their sports knowledge or what they know from their sport, like that's kind of the person that I help.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. No, man, this is cool.
it's been
I
cool.
wanted to get in contact with you, man. I saw that you're obviously working with athletes,
Yeah,
and how did we get connected?
it's a really good question. I don't know. Yeah, I let's see. I think
Through Instagram, obviously.
it had to been through Instagram or LinkedIn too. Are you on LinkedIn? I'm in LinkedIn a lot. That's
Are
my
you?
main platform. Yeah.
Use LinkedIn more than
LinkedIn's
Instagram?
great. Yeah, LinkedIn. I would say probably just about now. Yeah.
Okay. What to you? What are the benefits? What are the
There's just
differences?
high level humans on LinkedIn. Like when you have a LinkedIn profile, like you're pretty, like you got a skill set, like you're building towards something. Like I don't know, there's just something
More
like
professional?
professional about it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I say professional. I have no shirt on. Like I'm just
Yeah.
hanging out outside. Like, but like that's like the difference that I see. And it's just like, yeah, I've had some incredible, built some incredible relationships and networking on there. Like there's a lot of really cool things that go on there for sure.
When did you get into social media?
Oh man, like when it first all
People
started,
ask me
like
that all the time. People ask me all the
yeah,
time, and I'm like, like, when did you start doing social media? And I'm like, I've always did social media, but
yeah,
I guess the business side now, like I looked at you,
totally,
obviously looking at yours, it looks kind of like mine, where it's like we're actually doing business on social media.
totally,
People
yes,
are
for
like, you're on
sure.
social media all the time. I'm like, I'm never actually on there. I don't ever. I post however many. I'm never on there. It's just like a
Yeah,
business generator, right?
totally,
When
yeah,
did you
for
start
sure.
using um, social media? I don't think people understand that.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, no, it's like your landing page now for like everything, really. Like it's become like it started for me like sponsors. I was like, all right, how in volleyball when I had my volleyball career, how can I get like a lot of engagement so that like someone would pay me money or sponsors? And then what I did first is I built a vertical training program because I was jumping, touching like 11 feet, and
Were
like so
you
I was like, all
really?
right, yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do like a vertical
Because
training
you're a
program.
volleyball player.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, totally.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so that was my first thing is like, what's social media? How can I use like get engagement and get like, and this was probably 2013, somewhere around there. I don't even know when Instagram started. That's like 13 years ago, something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like that's where I started, and I started like building just like Man, my page used to be so much more engaged when I just did volleyball stuff because I was all volleyball, and then like shifting that was just like totally different, you know. So it's like that that eyeballs was like for sponsors and for like then I created my volleyball mindset. So I built a business around what I was doing, and then like that was the idea is like using my platform to make impact, and obviously you make income when you're making impact.
Yeah,
So it's
sure.
kind of like that was kind of the first thought. I was like, this has got to go somewhere 2013, like in there, like,
Yeah.
and then now I don't even know how to use Instagram Live. Like, it's so funny. I started then, and then like now I like barely, I like know how to put some carousels together and use Canva and stuff, but like that's about it, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah. That's
so
it.
funny.
That's intriguing to me, man. Just the whole volleyball side of it. Like you were playing. You play here in the States? Did you play anywhere as far in college or?
No, yeah, exactly. So I went from homeschool to like, because there is indoor, but there's
Yeah, yeah,
no,
I know.
now they're
So
starting to have college
and
beach
beach,
for
especially when
guys.
you go beach, like you don't have you
Yeah,
could
so I
go
just went straight and I qualified for my first tournament like that first summer. And
yeah,
I was like, this is
yeah,
it. Like I'm doing
yeah.
it. Like
No,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
so I played overseas where I come from a place where those guys they go pro at 12, 13, 14. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like
Totally. Yep.
all a bunch of my teammates have been pro since they're 25 years old. They've been pro for 15 years. I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Totally.
You
Yeah.
know? And so
Totally.
it happens,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
happens. It
It
happens.
does. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, did you have primarily volleyball athletes as your first clients?
Yeah, so it was yeah, exactly. For my volleyball vertical program, I went strictly volleyball players, and then for my first like lessons was strictly volleyball, and
So
then I
you
went
were
into
like
like
teaching people how to jump.
yeah, I would give them like a course that they could go through and do all the workouts in 8 weeks. And I partnered with the guy who gave me the vertical training
Yeah.
program that I bought from him. So he was like a
Yes.
Guinness Book of World Record holder at one time. And so I
Yeah.
bought the program from him, got my vert up, was touching the top of the antenna, and then I was like, okay, now can we sell together? And then we partnered up, and then we sold the
That's how
volley
you
vert.
do it.
Yeah,
That's how you
exactly.
do it.
Yeah, win
You
win,
know.
all ships rise. Yeah,
It's funny,
yeah.
man, because I've got a similar story like in basketball, right? I
So
played
cool.
basketball all growing
Yeah,
up. And
yeah.
then as I came home, it was like, all right, I started building business. I started kind of training on court because I know basketball. Started training
Mm-hmm.
people on court. And then through
Totally.
that, you learn business,
Yep.
right? And
Totally.
then you start
Yep.
applying it. And then it moved from, okay, not just basketball to now it's basketball and soccer and different sports,
Yes.
baseball, and it's all the same thing, right? Like to be a high level to be high level at anything, it takes the same traits, and so that's what I talk to anybody about.
Exactly.
Whether it's volleyball, whether you can jump super high, whether you can run super fast, whatever it is, it took the same
For
traits to
sure.
get to that level of like
Exactly. You're
being really
exactly
good.
right. Just applying those in business. It's like, how do I apply those principles that I learned to be the best athlete that I could be on and off the court to now be the best business or whatever you pour that effort and energy into? It's like, where can I funnel that? Like, yeah.
That's the name of it. That's that.
Yeah.
The older I get, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh, really?
31 this week. Yeah.
Really? Happy
Yeah.
birthday!
Thank you,
So
man.
I just turned 33,
Yeah.
um, like 5 days ago.
Nice. Yeah.
And
Happy
like the
birthday. Let's
older I
go.
get, man, the older I get, it's like business and life and relationships. It's all the same wheel, it's all the same wheel. So,
For sure.
it's all about like trying to figure out how to be good, be the best in whatever field you are, but it's all the same traits.
Exactly right. Yeah, I love it, man. I'd love to hear a little bit about your story. I know I shared my story. I'd love to hear, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. For me, born in Nigeria, grew up in Oklahoma. Went to school here, graduated from Oral Roberts, played basketball there.
Yep.
Did my bachelor, my undergrad in psychology. Um, Ended up having a really successful career there. Was one of the leading scorers in the country my senior year. Went undrafted, went to Europe. Um, During college, I had 4 surgeries:
Wow.
ACL, bilateral fasciotomy, where I had
Wow. To
surgery on
get
both of
through those.
yeah,
Wow.
both of my shins, surgery on my shooting shoulder, torn labrum, and like I said, through all of that, had that success, and so at the same time was studying psychology, so the mind and body and how all of it was working. I was dealing with it firsthand, dealing
Yeah.
with the injuries, dealing with like building my confidence and building the mental fortitude and having the discipline go through all the surgeries, and then
Totally.
trying to excel and still be, the player that I know and I believe that I can be.
Yeah.
Um, Again, ended up going undrafted, went overseas. Um, Having the career that I had in college, I went overseas with this attitude because I didn't make it to the NBA. I had
Totally.
this attitude about myself, that I was better than everybody and everybody needed to listen to me and do this and do that. I had this ego, right? Got cut 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months in, got cut. Um, at the time, I was my partner at the time was a volleyball player as well, and so
Wow.
I was there. Ended up
Yeah.
going to Poland and
Yep.
then playing for a team in Poland.
Yep.
Fired my agent, got a new agent, went to France, kind of like a restart for me. So this is year
Hmm.
two, but basically like year one again.
Yeah.
Struggled at the beginning, ended up figuring it out, and then um, kind of having a good season. Went 2 years in France, played 3 years in Spain, had the opportunity to go to the Olympics with my country, Nigeria, in
Wow.
2020.
Super cool.
Played
Awesome.
USA, beat USA. That was a
Wow.
time of my
That's
life.
awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, man, it
That's
was
cool, man.
awesome. Awesome. And, ended up, I don't know if you watch any basketball
I do, yeah.
at all.
Fairly. Hmm.
Um,
I have a lot of clients that are overseas basketball players in the league in different
yeah.
things too. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think this was 2022. I was playing in the ACB Spain, one of the top leagues in the world. One of the leading scorers in that league as well.
Wow.
Ended up tearing my ACL the last game of the season, first play of the game. Ironically enough, I had signed the day before I tore my ACL. I had signed to go to France to play in their playoffs because my team wasn't going to make it to the playoffs in Spain,
Mm.
and you
Wow.
can sign and go to another team. So I was signed to go
Crazy.
play in
Yeah.
France with Paris Le Valois, and on that team was Victor Wembanyama. So I was going to play with him, which would have been great. But then ended
Yeah.
up tearing my ACL, and then it was then it's,
Mm.
who am I, what am I doing now, where's
Yes.
life, what,
Yes.
all of that came.
Wow.
Then I had to deal with, again, sports psych, the mental side of it all came back again. So I went from the highs of the highs to then back in the pits of the low, and
Yep.
had to figure
Totally.
myself out, pick it back up. And at this point, I'm an adult now.
Totally.
Living at home, I'm an adult, and so now I'm having to adjust with life in the United States, life without sport,
Mm-hmm.
life without financial stability of sport.
Yep. Totally.
What do you do now? Then it's like, all right, I started planning, while I was playing, I bought real estate. I got into real estate. I started building my business, which is one by one, as you can see, started
Mm-hmm.
building that, which was just signifying my journey through life, right? So through all of my injuries, how did I overcome? I had to just
That's
continually
awesome.
tell myself, got to take it a day at a time, one by one, a day at a
Mhm.
time. You look
Yeah.
at you look at an injury like an ACL, you look at an injury like a torn labrum. The injuries I've had, I would look at it like, all right, I've got 12 months. Golly, how do I get through these
Yeah.
12 months? And days where I just sit there like, man, is this what and I just, all right, take it a day at a time. What do you
Yeah.
do next? Rehab today. Boom.
Totally.
I want to win today. We'll worry about
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow when tomorrow comes.
Yep.
And so that
Totally.
that's kind of how one by one started. I was overseas enjoying my time in Spain, and I'm like, man, is this it? Is this all
Mm.
what happens after basketball? And so then I started
Mm-hmm.
my podcast, One by One Mental
Nice.
Health Podcast. Let me bring
Yeah.
on all my athletes, all the
So
professionals
cool.
I'm with. Let's talk about their journey. Let's see, let's
Mhm.
shed light on where they came from. Like, my story
So
is great.
cool.
You guys have heard my story. Let's hear Christian's
Totally.
story. Let's hear somebody else's
Totally.
story.
I love it.
And
Yes.
because all it takes is that one story from one person to
Amen.
resonate with that.
You're
You know what I
exactly
mean?
right.
That's all it takes.
That's
And
literally,
so
yeah. Wow. So
so I
cool.
started that on my platform while I was in
Yeah.
Spain. I'd come home, I would record podcasts, and at the
So
same time,
cool.
it taught me business. I was doing
Mm-hmm.
everything myself. I built my website. I built my brand. I built all my own clothes. I designed
Mm-hmm.
everything myself. I designed the cuts myself. I designed
Yeah.
how I wanted the podcast to sound,
Totally.
the intro, what website I wanted to use. I started just learning and building.
Yeah,
And
love
I'm
it. Putting that
overseas and I'm
same sports
grinding.
stuff in there too. Yeah, like
I'm
you're saying.
working my ass off overseas, but I'm like, I
Yep.
come home and I'm like, everybody's asleep at home. I'm here by myself. What am I doing?
Grind. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was rotting. I was playing video games. I'm enjoying myself playing video games. I'm rotting my
Yeah.
mind. I'm like, play video
Yeah.
games at 3 a.m. Like, okay,
Mhm.
man, what am I doing? What are we gonna do after basketball stops?
Yeah, totally.
And
Yeah.
so, I
Wow.
started building that, man, and then I started building clothes, and I was going bald at this point. At this time, I just
Yeah.
started going bald,
Yeah.
self-conscious.
Oh
My
yeah.
God, I
Mm-hmm.
need to hide. My hairline's receding. My hairline's been receding
Yep.
ever since I had hair.
Yeah,
Hairline's
totally.
been
Yeah.
receding since seventh
Wow.
grade.
Mm-hmm.
I become
Yeah.
an adult. I'm a professional, and now I'm like, man, my hairline's receding. I'm getting self-conscious. Conscious. I'm like, all right, let me put a hat on. And at the time, I had money. I'm a professional athlete. I'm buying
Totally.
$200 hats, three
Mm-hmm.
hundred dollar hats. I'm like, I'm gonna make my own hat.
Yeah.
My first business that I had was
I
lapel
like
pins. I
that.
made my own lapel pins, the little
Let's
roses.
go.
And
Yeah.
so I don't know
That's
if you know Chance
awesome.
the Rapper. He
Yeah.
wears he
Uh-huh.
wears the three on his hat on his head. I had the brand one by one. I'm like, damn, I like Chance's hat. I said, what if I just put a one on the hat? I made the one, and at this time I'm sourcing material. I'm learning this. I'm learning
Yep.
that. I'm learning
So many skills.
learning it
Yep.
all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning
Yep.
marketing. I got to post. I'm learning how to market.
Exactly.
Learning
Sales, like an order
learning set.
form. Like, yeah, totally.
I'm learning it all, and at the time I'm still playing. And
Yeah.
so I'm just kind of
Wow.
doing it, kind of
Good
doing
for
it, kind of doing
you.
it. Then I come
Yeah.
home and injury happens 2023. Boom. I'm like, who am I?
Wow.
What
Mm-hmm.
am I doing? I don't have basketball. Wait
Now
a
what?
minute. Hold on. You planned for this. You purchased real
Yeah.
estate. You built a brand. You started business. You learned these skills. All you got to do is figure it out. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm just starting to mold. I'm starting to figure out what
Mm-hmm.
I want to do and mold this
So
and
cool.
and out is coming conversations with you and build.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's what it
Yeah.
is.
Absolutely.
And so
That's so cool, man.
people ask me all the time, man. And I'm big in I'm big in building my body. I've been plant based for 10 years. I haven't ate meat
Mm-hmm.
in 10 years, right? So
Wow. Yeah.
big on that, big in my body. I'm taking care of my body, and now as I'm taking care of my body, slowly my physical fitness. Now I'm back on the court, and everybody's like, "Oh, wait, are you going back to play?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I
We'll see.
could,
Yeah.
maybe."
Yeah.
Now
I
I
love
have the
it.
ability to, but it's because I was
Totally.
able to take care of mind and
Totally.
body, and I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't when I was able to forget about because every day, man, every day it was like I've been trying to go back overseas every day for the
Totally.
last. And people ask me,
Totally.
"Are you going to go back? Are you going to go back? How do you feel? How's the knee? How's the shoulder? How's the body? How's the foot? How's the?"
Yep.
And it just you're mentally, man. It's
For
running me
sure.
crazy, and it's hard. And so
It
I said,
is.
"Look." And every day I would I'd be feeling good, and then I would have a hamstring injury, and I'd be feeling good, and then my
Mm-hmm.
calf would start hurting. I'd be feeling good, and then and when I relieved myself of the pressure of like I need to go back overseas, when I relieve myself of that pressure, well, what do you
Yeah.
know? My body starts healing, my mind
Totally.
starts healing, I start having
Exactly.
peace, and then and so I try to work really hard and but I don't mentally. I try to leave that up to God. Leave it
Totally.
up to my
Amen.
faith and just
Yeah.
do
I
my
love it.
part. Do my
Do what you
part.
can control. Control what you can. Yeah. Amen.
Control what
Yep.
I can.
For sure. Yeah.
That's what I preach, and that's kind of what I tell everybody, man. And people say one by one, it's you. One by one is me.
Yeah.
I put the one on the
Mm.
hat to remind myself, me.
Starts with me.
My
Yeah.
dad called me the other day, man. He brought me to tears, man. My
Oh.
dad called me, and he was on my birthday, and he was just like, "Today is your birthday. You're the most important person in your life."
Wow.
And I'm
Yeah.
just like, he's like, "Today, you're the
Powerful.
most important person in your life. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tomorrow, the
Oh,
same thing."
yep.
And so I wear that
Totally.
one on my hat. I
I
talk
love
about
that.
one by one because it's like you are when you're going through these mental struggles, it's like you're the most important thing. You got to
Yep.
take care of yourself. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
pour from an empty cup.
You can't. No, it's
And
easy to
so
try. We try to do it by ourselves and like we can do it. Yeah, no. Yeah, you
and
cannot. You have to feel
we
yourself.
will give everything to everybody and leave nothing for ourselves. And I just I
Yep.
I don't it's not a selfish thing. I mean, it is a selfish thing, but at the same time, it's not, because you can't help anybody else if you don't take care of yourself. So you
Exactly.
can call it what you want,
Exactly.
man, but that, and so that's my message. That is my message. That's why I wear the name on my chest. That's why I try to talk to people and speak that life into them, because
Yeah,
I think at the end of the day, it's a mental health thing, but
it is.
you know
Yeah.
it's
But
a
yeah,
God thing for me.
I love that. Yeah, it's a mental health thing, but I think a lot of the time it's spiritual too. Cause like we're looking like for something, like it all comes like it's like, but it's like kind of, yeah, it can be, it's one of
What?
those two things for
No,
sure.
it's both. It's all of the things. It's like it's
Yeah.
all of them. And people say one by one, and they're like, "Is that faith based?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is.
Yeah, totally. You go
It
one by one.
is.
Yeah, we make disciples. We go one by one. Yeah, two by two, one by one. Yeah, exactly. We
It
got to be
is.
living it
It's
first
all.
to be
It
able to
is.
share the good
It's all of
news.
that. It's all of that.
Yeah.
It's everything you'd like it to be, man. And
Yeah.
it's whatever you'd want it to be.
Yeah.
I that's my message to people, man. I try to spread that to them, and it's brought these connections like yourself along, man.
So
So
cool. Yeah.
I
That's an awesome
appreciate that,
story,
man.
man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate what you're doing, man. And just like how what you went through and like what you studied and all that like collided and just like your calling and purpose like is all like now you're like having those conversations about the things that like you almost wish you had at that point. So that's so darn cool that you're able to like do that for the younger Obi and just like serve those people like and just help and start the conversations, have the conversations and be open and vulnerable because that's what needs to happen in order to improve like the mental and spiritual well-being I think of sports and athletics. So
Yeah.
thank you for having the conversation and being willing and to follow your calling and purpose in that because mess becomes our message, what we struggle with and the things that we dealt with. Like there's no better person to teach and share that than you to go through that. So that's
Yeah,
so cool.
man. We this sports has been our vehicle, man. But like I try to tell athletes, man, we get so sports is not who you are. It's something you do. It's part of you. Something that you really enjoy and you're really good at it. But
Sure.
you're good at sport because of the traits that you built outside of sport. Those
Yep.
traits can lend to any field. You just happen to be
Yep.
in sport right now. And at some
Exactly.
point, the
That's
ball
the
will stop
vehicle.
bouncing,
Yep.
and you will have to
Hmm.
transfer those skills into something else, right? And so
Totally.
that's
Yeah.
what we're building. That's what we're
Yeah.
building.
And
That
helping people become aware, though, I like that you said that of like how, and my mentor, a lot of my mentors always said, Christian, your sport is only this much of your life, like a
yeah,
very small percentage. Like we have to have that awareness in order for us to like act in that way. So I
yes,
love that you're like portraying that. So where you're like, hey, like the blinders are off, like
yeah,
like I can see
yeah,
clearly, like.
and more of us on the message, man. You, me, like
Hmm.
the message, because these kids, there's so much noise. They don't know where to
So much
follow. They don't know
noise.
who to follow. They don't know the right message, and
Yeah.
so they're just going wherever
Hmm.
the most wherever their excitement goes, and it's like, no, that's not always the right place, though.
Totally.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And so
Yeah.
that message, bro, it's so important, and you're able to share it in volleyball, and I'm sharing it here, and I bring people along because it's the same message.
Yeah,
It's
literally
not,
just
you know what I
wrapped up
mean?
and packaged for
It's
a
just
different person, but
however
it's
you want
like
to
the same.
package it.
Like,
However you want to package it. We talk, it's the same thing, different perspective, man.
yeah,
So
totally.
that's
Yeah,
awesome, dude. That's
I love that.
I've got a lot of ties. I've had a lot of ties in that world, in the volleyball world, and so
That's a
see,
small world. That's so
yeah,
cool. I love that,
yeah.
man.
Especially, I
Yeah.
mean, especially with the USA men's team, I know a lot of those guys as well.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
cool. That's
yeah,
awesome. Good, like the
yeah,
guys playing now, like Micah and like all those guys.
yeah. I
Yeah,
know that. Yeah, those guys.
that's
I know those guys. They know
that's
me as
so
well.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's so cool, man. Wow. Yeah, what a small world it is. I love it,
small
man. Yeah,
world.
the volleyball world's fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
dude.
wasn't tall enough to do the indoor thing. There's no
How
way.
tall
Like
are
unless
you?
I was like I'm like 5'11".
Okay, so you are on the
Yeah.
shorter side. Yeah,
For sure. For sure. I
yeah.
always had a blocker though. Whenever I made it like deep in tournaments, I had like a 6'8" guy.
Well, if you're touching 11, you're jumping.
Yeah, oh, I was jumping. I was deadlifting
Yeah,
like 5 Hunsky. Like, yeah, for
yeah,
sure. I
you're
remember
jumping.
those workouts sucked.
You're 5'11 and you're touching 11 feet. Yeah, you're up there.
Yeah, for
You ever try
sure.
to dunk? You ever try to dunk a basketball?
Oh yeah, for sure. I could like at that point it was very easy. I could do some
Yeah,
cool off the
yeah.
backboard
That's
stuff.
very
Like
easy.
yeah, it was pretty simple. Like that was kind of my warm ups a lot of the times. Like it was pretty funny.
It's
I wish
always
I could
funny to
still jump
see.
like that. I just got to get back in the gym like that.
It's always funny to see those volleyball guys on a basketball court, dude. It's like, holy cow.
Totally.
They don't even know how high they are. They don't even know how
That's
high
so,
they are.
that's so funny. Yeah,
And
they
they're
don't.
6'5", 6'7", just like really. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh my. They're like, oh, he's a
Yes.
basketball. No, that guy plays volleyball. He's a volleyball player.
Totally. You obviously like the Budinger Chase who
Yeah.
he plays on the
Yeah.
tour on the AVP. Yeah, I played
Yeah,
against him
man.
a decent amount of times. But yeah, it's funny like the athleticism, like just being in the sand, like being in the sand like all day for like 3 to 5 games, max jumping and that sand is
Yeah.
so deep. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, man. So my ex at the time, my ex
Yeah.
played for the USA Net. Well, she does now. That my ex,
Yeah.
she played at Penn State, and so like
Okay. Yeah.
I've got
Super
I
cool.
know a lot. I know a lot of those guys. I know a lot
That's
of the guys and the
awesome.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so
I was
cool.
around them a lot, and so I spent a lot of time at ASC in Anaheim.
Yep, totally. Yep.
Yeah, spent
Totally.
spent like 3 summers there
For
with
sure.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
that was I think 17, 18, 19. I was in
So I was
Anaheim
in
like
California too. We were in the same vicinity, like within like yeah, a little
religiously,
while. That's crazy.
religiously. I
Yeah.
was Redondo, Hermosa. I was Anaheim Monday through Friday, Redondo, Hermosa Saturday, Sunday, Anaheim
Nice.
Monday through
Perfect.
Friday. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I did the
awesome. We
bro, I
had to
was
bump
there.
shoulders. That's crazy because I was
I
totally
was
in Redondo, Manhattan, like
I
Hermosa.
was there faithfully.
It's
So
so
yeah,
funny.
my ex and I mean we were together for 10 years. We were engaged, all the whole thing, and she played USA. Like she won the gold medal the other in Tokyo. I was there as well. So like I'm really plugged in with volleyball.
But yeah. Wow, man.
That's
That's
dope,
so
man.
cool. That's super cool. Yeah, and I mean, I played basketball in high school. I love basketball. Just playing basketball is so fun. I feel like I talk with so many basketball players. I feel like hoopers are like my people. So it's so cool that I love talking to. Like,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for
I'm glad we
sure.
got to connect, bro. Like I'm big on social media and like and just this, bro.
Yeah,
I don't give it. I'll connect
I
with.
love it, man. No, this is cool. This is something I never done before. So I appreciate you
Yeah.
doing it and just being like, bro, come on. I'm like, all right, dude. Like,
Come on,
yeah,
let's
that's
chat. What's
awesome.
up? Let's chat.
Yeah, we're here. No, I love it. We would have
And
done the same thing offline or online, and maybe if someone took something with it, cool. If not, cool. We could, like, yeah.
so I've got a team behind it. My team is gonna cut all this up. So
Oh, cool. Okay,
yeah,
sick. Okay,
yeah.
nice.
Well,
Awesome.
you're gonna get like if you look at my page, those
Yeah,
podcast episodes, you're gonna get a whole
nice.
album cover and all this stuff. We're gonna
Sick, dude.
yeah,
Nice. That's
yeah,
fun, man. Awesome,
yeah,
Obi. This has been a blast, man. Man, I
yeah,
love what
man.
you're doing. I keep doing what you're doing. Keep having these conversations because, man, like you said, one story or one testimony or someone sharing something that someone can connect can do so much. And that's really
Yeah.
what my Athlete Disciples podcast is about. It's like, I just want to share like believers' stories that have like a testimony because it's like the Lord can do so much through that and with that. So thank you for like doing that and putting people like, hey, come on and just do that and then have the video and things like that. Thank you
I
for having those conversations.
yeah,
That's really
dude.
cool.
Listen, yes, for one, and for two, like I'm in the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
I'm in Oklahoma in the Bible Belt. Like all the people that are gonna see this, all my following
Yeah.
are all
Yeah.
disciples. They're all athlete
Let's
disciples.
go.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
So like,
Fire me up.
yeah, no,
I'm gonna send you a link. Let's get you on the pod because I want to dive into the word and your testimony and story. I think that'd
yeah,
be super
yeah,
fun. So
bro.
let's
Yes,
get that
yes.
rolling.
So
Yeah, please.
I'm Catholic. I grew up Catholic. I'm
Yeah.
Nigerian. A lot of Nigerians are
Cool.
Catholic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Would love
yeah,
to dive into that, man. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah.
absolutely, dude. Well, good
Sweet.
connecting with you, man. I'm glad we got to do this for sure.
Sure. This is so cool, man. Thank you
Yeah,
for, yeah, thank you for the invite and thank you for the conversation and have a blessed day, bro. And
yeah,
yeah,
man.
keep changing the world and following
Yeah.
your calling, man. It's
You
really
too,
cool to
man.
watch, man.
You
Yeah.
too. Good chat with you. We'll be in touch shortly, man.